All right, Jarrod. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. You know, we just finished up practice, so it's good to have a little break in the action.
Yeah. So tell me what your typical day is like.
Typical day. Well, we are right in the middle of spring practice, so typically we practice 3 to 4 times a week in the morning, and then I'll go to class in the afternoon. It's a pretty structured day. I'll get in here real early, way before it's even light outside, and then we'll practice. I'll have lunch, go right to class, possibly do my internship that day, and then hit the bed as soon as I can and do it again the next day.
So you said internship? What internship do you have?
I'm an intern over at the Fawcett Center across the street. I work on the 10th floor in the career management services for student athletes.
Yeah.
So it's been a really cool experience helping plan in career fairs and career consultations for all the student athletes here at Ohio State.
So does that give you like a different aspect than other players that have right now? Or like, do you think that it's helped you, the internship has helped you in any way navigating Ohio State?
It's been really, really beneficial. Not only just getting industry experience and working, but also just being up there in the Fawcett Center and interacting with the administrators over there and getting familiar with other people on campus, being able to meet people and have a different role than just a teammate or a fellow athlete has been pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so tell me how you got started with football.
Wow, I got started with football, I think it was the year like 2000. I was 6 years old, so yeah, it was 2000. So I've been playing for a pretty long time. My mom, I grew up in Columbus, out in Grove City on the west side. My mom had signed me up for a pony league team because I was a little chunky and she wanted me to lose some weight. So she signed me up for that, and I fell in love with it and been playing ever since.
You grew up in Columbus, and then you went to Louisville. How did that happen?
Yeah, that was actually a pretty crazy story in itself, how I ended up at Louisville. Now that I think about it, I injured my knee in high school, tore my meniscus, and was told I wasn't going to be able to play again. So I was in a pretty tough spot as to where, looking at my college options, for a time I even considered not even playing. But then I kind of hit the camp circuit, many people call it, in the summer. Colleges will host camps, so I just went around everywhere, visited all these different schools and everything, and sent my highlight film to actually over 100 schools, and was rejected probably about 90 times. So it was a very humbling experience, but I was granted the chance to be a walk-on at the University of Louisville, ended up earning a scholarship a year later, and kind of the rest is history.
So tell me about your time at Louisville. Did you like it?
I did. I loved my time at Louisville. It was such a great experience, and I'm so grateful to have been a part of that team and been a part of that university. So yeah.
So what did you study at Louisville?
Yeah, I actually graduated in this past May 2015, with a degree in exercise science.
Okay. So did you think that football would be your end goal career, or were you just, playing it how it goes?
Probably a mix of both. Going in, it kind of was my end goal because that's really all I knew. And I think getting involved on campus and moving to a different state, meeting different people, really opened my eyes and exposed me to a lot of different things, and gave me that ability to be diverse in what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So you graduated from Louisville. And then, how was that whole process? Tell me your process getting back here to Ohio State.
Oh, wow. Well, it was definitely an interesting one. Kind of similar to my high school process, where I sent out my film to several other schools. I had already graduated, had my degree, and really wanted to pursue a master's degree. So I was looking at the education aspect first. And Ohio State had a great sports management program that I wanted to be part of. And I ended up taking a visit here and just saw the excellence and the tradition, and I knew from the moment I walked in the door I wanted to be part of that.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too when I actually visited here. It's pretty, they have that, presence.
Yeah.
So, So you say you're getting your master's right now. It's in sports education?
Sports management.
Oh,
yeah.
sports management. Sorry. So what do you want to do with that at the end of the day?
Yeah, a lot of people think sports management, oh, you want to be an agent or
Yeah.
a scout or something like that. I'm actually going a different route with that, more of a research route and looking at post-sport transition, specifically for collegiate student athletes and how we can better the process of them entering the real world and entering the workplace and making their time here at college more productive as far as developing themselves, off the field. So. Yeah, it's a little crazy at times, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do get kind of burnt out and just want to lay in bed, but it's really, I've had the chance to get involved with my internship, and I work over at the Hale Center as well. So being involved with things that are bigger than just me, and understanding that the work I'm doing is going to benefit others way past me in the future has really kind of filled that drive within me to be dedicated to this, and football being a part of one of the best teams in America. That's a dream come true. So I give everything I have in both aspects.
So would you say that there's any other outside influence that's driving you to get your master's, or is it just, the fact that you get to help people and, make a difference in the world?
Well, that is huge. But I think personally for me, I think it would be huge as well. There's not many people in my family who have master's degrees, and for me to take that step and continue on later into possibly a PhD, I think would be huge for myself, my family, and my future family, really, as far as setting the bar. It's been a huge honor for me to go through this whole process because I didn't really have anyone to follow.
Yeah.
I've kind of been navigating this a little bit by myself, but so it's been a really good ride.
All right, so what do you want to get your PhD in?
I want to get my PhD in educational leadership and educational policy. So looking at specifically curriculum and initiatives and programs the universities already have in place and how I could enhance them.
Okay. So do you think you're going to stay here at Ohio State for your PhD, or you're moving somewhere else?
Well, I've actually already been accepted in the PhD program here, so I am really excited about that. I would love to stay in Columbus. I do not know what the future holds. There's probably a million things that could happen after this season, and possibly looking at pursuing a career in the NFL, and really just kind of going wherever that takes me. I don't want to commit to anything just yet, but it's
just follow the road.
Exactly.
I did some research on stalker-ish type things, but you own a business. Can you tell me more about that?
I do. In 2014, I founded a nonprofit organization called the Career-Minded Athletes Association. Basically, what we stand for is everything I just told you about, and really focusing on developing athletes off the field and looking at career planning and personal development as well as professional development is really the focus of our organization. Right now I have several administrators at Louisville, Ohio State, and other institutions across the country involved with me, and we are in the process of really starting to take off. And I think once football slows down for me, I'll really be able to pour a lot more time and effort into this, because we're still in the grassroots stage. But it's looking very bright for our future.
Okay, you have a lot going for yourself. So, is there a special other lady in your life?
Oh man, wow! I didn't see that one coming. Currently, no.
Oh,
No,
really?
there's not. I stay pretty busy, so a lot of women aren't very cool with that.
Yeah.
But maybe one day, I hope so. I hope to settle down, have a family. That's really a personal goal of mine. I want to play with my kids, go have fun, and take my foot off the gas pedal every once in a while. But yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure when this interview comes out, everybody will be I sat in one of your research presentations, and you went to
LSU
to do a presentation. How was
Yes.
that?
Yeah, so I think almost a month ago now, I went down to LSU and presented at their Applied Sports Management Conference. Really, really great opportunity for me and to expand the Ohio State brand as well. Got to present my current research on looking at the student-athlete experience and kind of the gaps I've observed, and also spent some time researching as well, and how personal development could greatly enhance the current state of it. And I used my knowledge and expertise as a current student athlete at one of the probably premier universities in the country to kind of explain to all the academics and other administrators in attendance what it's really like to be a student athlete. Because a lot of people see what the media shows, and that's not necessarily what it is. And so I think their eyes were really opened, and they were open to change as well, and they wanted to help. And that's where I got several other people to come alongside of me and kind of join the cause that I'm dedicated to.
What do you want people to take away from your presentation that you did give at LSU? Like, what impact do you want to have on them?
The main impact I left with them at LSU was a call to action. And I think so many people get caught up in when we talk about changing college athletics or looking at enhancing the student athlete experience, they think of a massive program or this huge undertaking where everything is changed and now it's regulated. What I did is at the end of the presentation gave them simple, actionable ways to where they could tomorrow or even later that day go in and just be a friend to a student athlete, ask them how they're doing, and possibly work outside of their job description to help this athlete develop outside of the field. So many people say, "Oh, that's not my job." Yeah. Well, it takes a lot of, like, for example, myself, there was a lot of different influences on me to become who I am today. It was a lot of people acting outside of what they normally do. Yeah. And I had so many mentors along the way, and really just simple, like I said, simple ways to change the current state.
That's good. So are you going to do like any other tours around the country?
Well, you know what? I'm planning to actually take some time this May. May is the month we technically have off from our football season, and going kind of around the country interviewing individuals in athletic departments, administration, faculty, staff at universities, and possibly looking at doing some consulting as well and getting into that side of it and really just growing the company's brand, my personal brand, and showing off Ohio State as well.
All right, so just for clarification, how long will it take you to finish your master's? Because I know you already started.
Yeah, I'm in the back half of my master's actually, so I will finish in August and start the PhD in the fall.
How long does that last?
PhD is typically 3 to 5 years, but I've always been a go-getter. I finished my undergrad in 3 and the master's in 1, so I'm hoping to get it done in 3.
Wow, 5 years, but 3 years, you go ahead. So how long does your eligibility last for OSU? Like, will you keep playing throughout, or does that cut off? Because I don't know like the rules.
Yeah, so this is my last season eligibility. I will be a redshirt senior this fall. So it'll be my last go around out there in the horseshoe. Yeah. But I'm very excited and looking forward very much to the season.
Last season. You're getting your PhD, but this is your last year or last season playing. If you happen to go off to the draft, would you just cut that off, or how does that work?
You know what? I don't want to plan too far ahead. I just kind of want to see what happens, and exactly.
I get you.
Exactly.
So, how have you liked it here at Ohio State so far?
I haven't liked it. I've loved it here at Ohio State.
Okay.
That being said, it wasn't necessarily an easy transition. You know, I originally from Columbus, but I was from the West Side. Didn't necessarily spend a lot of time here in the city and downtown area, so I had to re-navigate myself. As it is going to a new city and establish myself in the locker room, meet all the new guys, and it has been such a great journey. My teammates really took me in and accepted me, and they were such great friends, and like friends outside of football as well, and I hang out with them all the time, and I've just really enjoyed my time here at Ohio State.
Yeah, because I was actually wondering that, like, how did they take you in? Like, you're come from another school, you're kind of older too already.
Yeah.
It's like, how was that dynamic in the locker room at first? So were you scared?
Right. I mean, personally, I was a little intimidated. I came from Louisville, where we were a good program in the ACC. But that being said, we weren't Ohio State. Yeah. So I'm coming in here, I'm like, whoa, like I saw him on TV and now he's right there. But no, we really bonded, and I had a great relationship with 2 of our other safeties who just left, Von Bell and Tybus Powell. Yeah. I was real good friends with them and everyone else in the locker room as well.
That's good. Okay. So I don't want to get too far into your future, but like, just give me a hypothetical where you see yourself in 5 years.
Wow, okay, 5 years. I mentioned before the consulting piece. That's really my ultimate goal, is because I don't know. I've worked for a while, and I don't really want to work for anybody. Not to be cocky, but I really feel that consulting and going around to all these different universities, because I believe that not one school should just have this. I think the wealth should be spread everywhere, and it should be equal opportunity to everyone. It doesn't matter what level, Division III, NAIA, D2, D1, or even getting high schools involved, getting pro sports involved, NFL PA, NBA PA, women's sports, the Olympics. I think everyone, any athlete who's competing at a high level, investing all this time and energy into what they do, deserves to be educated and be knowledgeable in what to expect once they stop playing and how to go about that process. Because a lot of times in this commercialization of sport in today's day and age, it's overlooked. And when people are done playing and leave this wonderful space of Ohio State, they might not know what to do. And so I really believe that it's my passion to help educate these people.
That's good. You sound like such a genuine person. That's really good, because you actually want to help people.
I appreciate that.
That's really good. What are some games you're looking forward to this upcoming season?
Yeah, well, we treat every game the same here at Ohio State. Every opponent, we respect every opponent. So I'm looking forward to that first game. On early September. We play Bowling Green here at home. We'll have the stadium packed, I know for sure. Very excited, and it all starts right here in spring practice, and we take practice very seriously. Tomorrow we actually have one of our first scrimmages of the spring, and it's all winner or loser. There's no in between here at Ohio State. It's highly competitive, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And I take it very seriously. I'm involved outside of football, but I also take football very seriously. And the guys in the safety room, we're all competing for those 2 starting spots right now. And there's a lot of love, and we are our brothers, but at the same time, we're all competing, and we all take practice real seriously.
Okay, so you are one of the contenders for the starting spots. What are you doing to get your mindset in that whole? It's like these are your brothers, but how do you change that mindset when you're actually out there on the field performing?
Exactly, and you can't really be the same person when you're out on the field, because it's a very high action, fast-paced game, and you got to think quickly and a lot of moving pieces. So you really have to have a mindset of it's a team sport, and I'm going to do my job to the very best of my ability.
Outside of football and the many other things that you do, what are some of your hobbies that you do enjoy?
Oh man, well I'm kind of an undercover nerd, so I love reading. Reading is one of my favorite things. If you go to my apartment, I have a huge bookcase just full of books. I probably read for an hour and a half to 2 hours a day.
You find time to do that?
I do. I wake up real early to read, and before bed I like to read as well. So reading definitely, but also I'm a big karaoke fan. You know, sometimes I'll go to a space bar. I am of legal age, so I'm 22, so there's no issues there. But they're karaoke nights. We have a lot of fun dancing, you know, just
your teammates?
Sometimes my teammates, sometimes other people. So we love to have a good time, you know, work hard, play hard.
So what's one of your favorite books?
One of my favorite books, wow. I would say I don't have a favorite book, but I have a favorite author, John Maxwell. He's pretty much an expert on leadership, a former pastor, has probably over 40 books out right now, and I just love all of his stuff on organizational effectiveness and personal development and leadership. I've kind of utilized that in myself, and the current research I'm doing it as far as looking at creating programs for student athletes.
So you read more inspirational stuff instead of fictional?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so.
Okay, that's good. You were here last season. How do you think that the team has progressed from last season until now, especially with all the people that left for the NFL draft this year?
Yeah, so last season was my first season with the Buckeyes, and we were absolutely loaded with talent. And I think we were pegged as one of America's most talented teams ever in the history of college football. So there was a lot of different personalities in the locker room, and I think with those guys who are leaving, and again, great players, and I'm extremely happy for them, and they gave everything they had to Ohio State, and that's why we went 12-1 and won the Fiesta Bowl. But now it's kind of a new team, and we don't have a lot of guys who are known probably across America. We don't have the Cardale Jones or Ezekiel Elliott anymore, but I think guys are really taking that upon themselves to up their game. And so far what I've seen this spring are a lot of guys competing. Like every single practice is competitive, and a lot of guys have taken heart and developed themselves in the off season. And I think we're going to be ready for game one, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the new football recruits, like how will they fit in with the team now?
Yeah, we had I think 5 or 6, probably 7 actually, early enrollees. So young guys coming in early, and they have done a tremendous job. Tough Borland and another one, I'm trying to think of his name, wide receiver Austin Mack, have done a great job integrating themselves in the locker room, the culture, and most importantly on the field. Have just been absolutely balling so far. And I have a tremendous amount of respect to those guys, as well as Antonio Williams, a young running back on the come up. But we also got Mike Weber back there, and Briante Dunn, and obviously JT Barrett, and my linebackers Raekwon McMillan and Dante Booker, Chris Worley. So there's going to be a lot of new faces that people may not necessarily recognize, but the talent I do not believe will drop off at all.
So wait, they're football recruits. Aren't they still in high school? How do they practice?
Yeah, well, sometimes if you graduate high school early, you can enroll in college in that spring. So yeah, we have a couple guys who came in early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about the coaching staff.
Well,
I feel like they're like parents to you, or like are they very welcoming? Urban looks really mean. So.
No, Urban is not mean. No. The coaching staff here at Ohio State is just simply the best. The best in the country. Coach Meyer's done an excellent job of getting each position coach and coordinator who is the very best at what they do to come here and give us the best coaching we could possibly receive. That is why we have all this development that's blowing up right now. And we are getting coached real hard, and sometimes it can be hard to hear, but it's exactly what we need. And if we want to win, and by coming here, we made that commitment saying that we do, that's what we're going to get in return. And so specifically my position coach, Coach Greg Schiano, came out of retirement just to come coach us. So I am truly honored to be coached by a former NFL head coach. That just doesn't happen around the country. And so any word he says to me, I'm listening, I'm taking it to heart and taking notes on everything he does and says. And it's truly an honor just to be part of this program and receive coaching from these excellent top tier coaches.
So how do you think Ohio State football program compares to Louisville's football program?
Well, Louisville, being an ACC school, is definitely on the rise, and I would never, ever knock anything that they do. They provided me a wonderful collegiate athlete experience the 3 years that I was there, and I received excellent coaching while I was there. I played for Coach Charlie Strong and Coach Bobby Petrino, and was coached by several different assistant coaches during that time, and wouldn't trade that for anything. But coming to Ohio State, it was just simply another level. And so it was a very humbling experience to where I had to relearn how to do certain things that I thought I knew how to do. And so I kind of had to take a step back in order to take a step forward. And now I'm finally starting to get my feet underneath me and really feel like I can contribute greatly to this team.
So I wish you luck in your upcoming season. You have a lot going for yourself. Congratulations to everything that you accomplished already. I want to thank you so much for sitting down with me.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Jarrod Barnes, a current football player here at The Ohio State University, and you're watching BuckeyeTV.